The Princess and the Spirit Lover, Part 1. African Romantic Folktale. Long ago, in the Golden Kingdom of Nsumba, there lived a young princess named Amara, the most beautiful woman in all the lands. Her skin glowed like the morning sun after rain. Her eyes sparkled like the river when the moon was full. But more than her beauty, she had a heart kind and gentle, a heart that longed for freedom and love. Though many princes and warriors came to seek her hand, Amara turned them all away. She dreamed of a love that was pure, one that saw beyond her crown and gold. But in Nsumba, love was not a choice, it was a command. Her father, King Ekin, had already promised her to the warrior prince of the Eastern Hills, a man known for his victories, but feared for his temper. Amara's heart grew heavy with each passing moon. She would often sneak out at night to sit by the sacred river Emezi, the river that was said to connect the world of the living with the spirits of the ancestors. One night, as she wept beside the river, she whispered, "Oh, river spirits, if true love exists, let it find me, even if it comes from your world." The water rippled softly, though the wind was still. And from that moment, her fate began to change. Amara returned to the river again and again. She began to feel a strange presence, gentle, unseen, yet comforting. She would speak to the water as if someone were listening, and indeed, someone was. From beneath the surface, a spirit had heard her cry, a soul from the river world named Obi, once a human long ago. He had died protecting his village during a great flood, and his spirit had since guarded the sacred river. Obi watched Amara night after night, drawn to her kindness, her sorrow, and her voice, until one moonlit night he appeared. A mist rose from the river, glowing faintly. Amara gasped as a tall, handsome man stepped out from the mist, dressed in white, his eyes shining like stars on water. Who are you?" she whispered. "Do not be afraid," he said softly. "I am Obi, guardian of this river. I have heard your heart call to the water." She trembled, not from fear, but from something deep and strange. His voice felt familiar, like a song she had always known. Night after night, they met by the river. They spoke of dreams, of freedom, of a love that could never exist between their two worlds, but which grew stronger with each meeting. The day came when King Ekin announced Amara's wedding to the Eastern Prince. The village celebrated, but Amara's heart was breaking. That night, she ran again to the river, crying out to Obi, "They will marry me in 3 days. I cannot love another." Obi looked at her with deep sorrow. "Amara, I am not of your world. To love me is to break the laws of both realms." "Then let the laws break," she cried, "for I have already given you my heart." As her tears touched the river, the water glowed bright white, and Obi held her hand for the first time. The moment their skin met, a wind swept through the forest, the ancestors stirring. The spirit world had seen what should never be. Amara fell ill. Her maid said she whispered in her sleep, calling the name Obi. The royal priests warned the king, "Your daughter has been touched by a spirit. You must break the bond, or she will be lost to the river forever." King Ekin was furious. He ordered guards to watch her and forbade her from leaving the palace. But love, as strong as the river's pull, cannot be locked away. That night, when the moon was full, a mist crept into her chamber. Her window opened by itself, and a familiar voice called softly, "Amara, come to me." She rose, barefoot, her white gown flowing like mist. She followed the voice through the silent halls, out into the moonlit path leading to the river. The river shimmered brighter than ever before. Obi stood waiting, his arms open, his eyes full of love and sorrow. "Amara," he said, "if you come with me tonight, you can never return." She looked back toward the palace, tears in her eyes, then looked at him, the only one who saw her heart. "Then let me go where my heart belongs." She stepped forward, and as her feet touched the water, a blinding light filled the riverbank. When the light faded, the river was calm again. Only her necklace floated on the water. By morning, the guards found the princess missing, the entire kingdom in mourning. But some say, when the moon is full and the night is quiet, you can still see her silhouette dancing on the river, hand in hand with her spirit lover. But this is not where their story ends. Because true love is never without a price, to be continued in part 2.